this shiur, Bezrat Hashem. All right, Ben Zion Avisar, Ben Rav Yehuda, this is Lu Nishmato. Bezrat Hashem, it should be big aliyah. Question for tonight is like this: how do you know if you are old or young? Is it based upon age or not? You know, a lot of times, person in life, they you know, you ever hear a guy, oh, I'm getting old? You ever hear a guy say that? Or, oh, I can't believe it, I'm so old? I remember one guy came over to me, I had a friend, he's like, tell me, once you get to this, oh, I remember this 10 years ago. That means you're old already. 10, 20 years ago? You're very old. 30 years ago? Well, you're ancient. How do you know if you're young or you're old? Today, I'm going to explain to you exactly how you know if you're young, and it's not based on age. And I'm going to prove it to you from this week's Parashat that it's not based on age. Okay? And the proof is, I'll tell you like this. There's a midrash about this, and there's a lot of rabbis that ask a question on this week's Parashat, a very strong question. We know Na'ar is a younger age, like 13, I would say. Right? That's what it is around. About 13, age of 13. Na'ar over here, it speaks about Yosef. And it says Yosef was a Na'ar at the age of 17. Now, that's out of proportion. Because a Na'ar is really what? Much younger than 17. 13, 14. Once you hit 17, you're not a Na'ar. You're not a Na'ar. Why is the Torah over here saying Yosef at the age of 17, he's calling him a Na'ar? Everybody hears this question clear? It's a beauty question if you think about it. Now, I'll give you, now in order to answer this, I have to show you other places in the Torah where it uses this word, Na'ar. Where is it? I'll explain. We have a pasuk in Hosea. It's Perek Yud Aleph, pasuk Aleph. And it speaks about Na'ar Yisrael. And it says that Hashem loves the Na'ar Yisrael. Jack, what is the Na'ar Yisrael? Na'ar Yisrael, Hashem loves the Na'ar Yisrael. It means Bnei Yisrael. And He calls them, the Navi in that situation is calling them Na'ar. That means every Jewish person in the world, in essence, is called Na'ar. Na'ar is young. And Hashem says, I love them. I love them when they're young. But all Bnei Yisrael is young. You can have an 85-year-old Jewish man. He's considered young. Yeah. Bnei Yisrael, you have to understand. Yeah. What is it called? Bnei Yisrael are called Na'ar. Stephen, here is an important concept. I'm serious. I'm telling you an awesome concept tonight. Na'ar Yisrael. And you're right. Sheklal Yisrael, they're called B'Shem Na'ar. So Rabbi Yosef Palacci asked this question. How are you calling a 92-year-old old man Bnei Yisrael, Hashem loves them? Na'ar. You know what the answer is? Boys, listen. Faraj, listen. You know what the answer is? The answer is that a person, when is he old? When he caps himself in growing. But when are you not old? When you always continue growing. That means imagine you hit 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, whatever age. Say, okay, I'm done. I had enough. I learned enough, and I'm not going to learn every night anymore. I'll learn twice a week, once a week. You're already getting old in the sense where what? You're capping out your growth. Haram. That's a big no-no. That's already, you're shooting yourself in the leg. You're killing yourself. What are you doing? What's a na'ar? A na'ar is a person. What's a na'ar? A person that's continuously growing. You remember when you hit the age of 12 or 13? You remember you were always waiting for the time where you could shave? You don't know?
Yeah.
Say the truth. Yeah. Say the truth over here.
Well,
raise your hand if you were like that. Jack, you were like that, Jack? Say the truth. Come on. You're all in that phase of saying where Charles is raising his hand, right? What happens? You're in that stage where what? Oh, yeah, sick. I can finally shave. Oh, I got a good one. Oh, I did. I'm a man, finally. Right? Leo felt good. Oh, I'm a man. That's what it was. Right? But what is that? Why is that? Because a Na'ar is always, even his body is transforming in change. In change, he's changing. And that's why Rabbi Yisrael Salanter says, you know why Bnei Yisrael, they're called Na'ar? They're called Na'ar because they're on a constant growth of changing themselves to get closer to Avodat Hashem. Was that clear? I hope that's very clear, because I'm going to show you more proofs to this. I'm going to show you more proofs. That's why, listen Jack, listen. That's why you always call a Chacham, what is he called? What do we call Chachamim? Talmid Chachamim. When you see a Chacham, what is he? Talmid Chacham. Why is he called Talmid Chacham? Call him Chacham. Chacham. Why? It's known. A person's learning Torah, we call the guy Talmid Chacham. You know why? Because if you already cap yourself out in growth, I can't learn anymore, I'm this, you're already killing yourself in that sense of saying where you're done of growing. And that's why we always call the Chacham, he's a Talmid Chacham. Why is he Talmid Chacham? Because he's still a Talmid. Why is he still Talmid? Because he always still wants to grow and more. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And therefore I want to show you more proofs to that. Right? It's brought down on top of the kaporet. What was on top of the kaporet? There was two angels, two cherubs, kerubim. And what was the face of kerubim? On top of the Aron. On top of the Aron Kodesh, there was something called kaporet, right? On top, with the covering of the Aron. The covering, you had the luchot, you had the luchot, and you had a covering on top of it. You had the Aron, and you have the kerubim on top of the covering on the Aron. What was it? Kerubim were what? Faces of what? Two angel faces. The faces were like baby faces. They were young faces. And he asked a question: why young? If anything, you should have adult faces, right? Think about it. Imagine, where's the kavod over here? If anything, you want to have on top of the kerubim, on top of the Aron, the covering is two angels, and the faces is the face of facing each other. The faces of young kids. It should anything be what? Older. You know what the answer is? Very simple. Because the Torah is teaching you. You want to learn Torah? You're opening up the Aron to get the Luchot. You're opening up to learn the Torah. If you're opening up to learn the Torah, just know you always, your entire life, have to be feeling like you're a Na'ar, like you're young. Don't ever feel old. I'm not old. I'm young. Why? Because you always want to grow. I remember I had a birthday in my house. My kids are singing happy birthday to you. How old are you now? You know the song? Where's Freddie? Freddie, you know the song in there? Happy birthday. Say happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, right? So say, how old are you now? Say, how old is I'm saying I am there. Right? So I'm saying I am. And one of my kids told me, I didn't know you're that old. I'm like, what do you mean that old? So I'm not old. I'm not old. To you, you're so young, you think I'm old. So you think to yourself, whoa, and I say, we're old. I said, look at the accomplishment of growth that I was teaching my kid. Look at the accomplishment of growth that me versus you. How old are you? Do you have? I was trying to teach the kid. Did you grow in midot? Did you learn this mesechet yet? Did you learn that mesechet yet? But Baruch Hashem, you get to my age, you're able to learn a lot, and you're able to grow in midot tovot, grow in learning. Because the point is, you're never old if you're continuously striving to grow. The second, you could be 13 and be old. How? He said, I can't, it's too much. That's old. You're 13 and you're saying you don't want to grow anymore? That's old. The fact that you're all here, you're young. Not because you're physically young, because you're young, you want to grow. Look, he came right away, raining outside. He said, I don't care, I'm coming to shoot, I don't stop. Why? Because he wants to grow. When you want to grow, you're in a different league in itself. You're a different league on its own. You're a different league. You always in life, you always got to have the energy of growth. Even on your last breath, I'm still growing. You could be 98 years old, huffing and puffing, and you're not old. Why are you not old? Because you're thinking about Hashem. How am I going to be better now? What am I going to do now better? What am I going to do? Oh yes, I used to be able to walk normally. Now I'm 99 and a half. I'm walking with a cane to shul. Okay, I'm still growing. I'm not old, I'm still growing. The way I'm serving Hashem now is 99 and a half with a cane. Okay, I'm still growing. Still growing, I'm still young. I'm not old, I'm still young. You understand, Eddie? You understand what's going on? That's why in life, you always have to strive higher and higher and more and grow and grow and grow. That is considered youthful. That is considered young. Now let me continue, please. Let me continue. It says further that when Hashem was speaking to Moshe Rabbeinu, there's a pasuk in Parashat Naso, Perek Zayin. Listen to this pasuk, amazing pasuk, Parashat Naso. Let's see if I can get it quickly. If I get it quickly, great. If not, we'll continue. Perek Zayin. What does it say in pasuk Perek Zayin? Samech Tet. What does it say over here? I want to read you the pasuk. Look what it says. It says over here that when Hashem was speaking to Moshe Rabbeinu, it was Ma'ala Kaporet, and he says, look, the pasuk says, Ma'ala Kaporet Asher Al Aron Ha'edut Miben Shnei HaKeruvim. What does it mean? Hashem speaks to Moshe, Ma'ala Kaporet, again Ma'ala Kaporet Asher Al Aron Miben Shnei HaKeruvim. Why? Why is he going in between? Why is that so important? The Torah emphasizes that when Hashem is talking to Moshe, he's talking in between the Keruvim. In order to teach you, if you want to learn Torah, you have to be like a na'ar shirotze lidgadel. You have to be like a young person that you want to continuously grow. That's what you have to be. That's what you have to be. And now we know, how old was Yitzhak when he was going for the Akedat Yitzhak? How old was he? Anybody know?
36.
Huh?
36.
Come on. How old was he, guys? This is Victor. How old? Say it louder.
9.
Don't be scared. What is it? How much? Don't be scared. What is it? Say it.
37.
Oh, I want to hear from him. What did you say, huh? 37? That's the right answer. 37. 30. Yeah, now you say, hey, Eddie. Yes, right? It's 37. But you want to know a question? Should I tell you guys something fantastic? If you look at the pasuk, is 37 a na'ad or no? That's definitely not a na'ad. What does Abraham say? V'ani v'hanad nelchat ko. Me and the na'ad, he's telling Yani, the people with him, me and the na'ad, we're going to go up to do the sacrifice. Why is he calling him a na'ad? He's 37 years old. You know why he's calling him a na'ad? It's a good question, no? V'ani v'hanad nelchat ko. Now, me and the Na'ad are going to go and go, why is he called a Na'ad over here? You know why he's called a Na'ad? Because Yitzhak Avinu says, I want to grow further. This is what Hashem wants from me. I want to grow with it. Let me be on the Qurban. What do you mean? How are you saying yes? Because I want to grow. If this is my growth process to be sacrificed on a Qurban, I'm ready to do it. And therefore, the Pasuk is telling you that since Yitzhak understood that he was so young and he wanted to do it so badly, he says he's a Na'ad. Why? Because he wants to grow. If you want to grow, you're a young man. Young lady too, by the way. You have young ladies, she could be 75, 80 years old, but she always wants to grow and always wants to go. You'll have the other 85-year-old. Is this siniut? She wants to know. She's 80 years old. She wants to know if this. Can I walk outside the house like this? Is it siniut? 80-year-old lady. True story. She's asking her husband, honey, is this siniut? At 85, you're worried? Yeah, because she still wants to grow. If it's Siniyut, great. Not now. I don't want to take a chance at 85 years old not going out with Siniyut. You hear that? Hello? You got that clear? It's a very important point. And now we can understand why Yitzhak is called a Na'ad. Now we can understand. Yoshua. What is called Yoshua when he's waiting, right? In the Parashat. Yoshua, what is he called? Yoshua. The pasuk says, "Meshato Yoshua benun na'ar." He's a na'ar. Lo yamish mitoch ha'ohel. What is the pasuk saying? That Yoshua was older. But again, the pasuk is saying that Yoshua is a na'ar. Why? You know what this pasuk is talking about? Where Moshe Rabbeinu went to go get the Torah. When Moshe Rabbeinu went to go get the Torah, you know what happened? You know what happened? He waited on the mountain to wait until Moshe comes. You say to yourself, Dachi, like, What are you waiting for? You're waiting until he comes? What's going to be? He's going to come like you're waiting 40 days, 40 nights until my Rebbe Moshe Rabbeinu comes down from the mountain? Like, come on! You have to wait by the mountain? Go to your house when he's on his way to come, and he'll come. You know what the answer is? The answer is Aharon didn't want to lose out even one Hidush. And Aaron said, when the second Moshe Rabbeinu comes down from the mountain, I'm going to be there. I'm going to walk with Moshe all the way to wherever he's walking. And in the interim, he'll tell me an extra Hidush, and I can grow bigger in Torah. And that's why he's called Na'ar. Lo Yamush, Na'ar, Lo Yamush b'toch ha'ohel. He didn't leave. Yeah, these Hidushim over here today. Yeah, each one is another proof that what does Na'ar mean? Na'ar means in this situation, it doesn't mean. What does it mean? It doesn't mean a physical Na'ar is age, because he's much older. Yosef is 17, so it can't be a Na'ar. Na'ar is much younger. Now we're explaining a much deeper pshat. What's the pshat? The pshat of Na'ar is that a person that always wants to stay young, always has got to think in his mind, how am I going to grow in serving Hashem in this way? What am I going to do now? Oh, I'm 75. What am I going to do now? I'm 40. I hit 30. I hit 60. What is my Avodat Hashem? As long as you are growing in your Avodat Hashem, you're never old. You might be physically old, but mentally, you're never old. Never old. You know, I'll tell you. Somebody asked me, Rabbi, we had a new group come in. Younger boys, you see them. Right? You have a group of younger boys. So, Rabbi, somebody asked me, how'd you get along with them? Yeah, how'd you get along? What would you do? He says, you know why? Because in my mind, I want to grow. So I say, you know what? I'm growing with you boys. So now they come to learn. They're learning with me. I'm growing with them. They see that the Rabbi himself wants to grow in learning. So they connected automatically. Oh, it doesn't make a difference what the rabbi. They could be 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the rabbi could be 75. It doesn't make, as long as the rabbi is connecting through, because he wants to grow with them. So therefore, the common denominator, he wants to grow. They don't look at the white beard, long beard, hair care. They don't care. Oh, the rabbi's with us. He wants to grow with us. Beauty. That's the connection right there. Boom. That's connection. Otherwise, what's the connection? What's the connection otherwise? That's the connection. Because you know there's growth over here. Growth over here. Boom, solid, let's do it. That's what it is. Now, how do we see Yosef's growth? With one pasuk. You ready? Please listen. Jack Lalo, please listen to this pasuk. This is very important pasuk. One of the most important pasuks in your life. And I'm not joking. Listen to this pasuk. And it's from a goy. From a goy. In this week's Parashat. You know where? You know where, Stephen? I'm going to tell you where. It's in Perek Lamitet, Parashat Vayeshev, Pasuk Gima. And the Pasuk says, Vayar Adonav, Ki Adonai ito. The Adonav saw that Hashem is with him. Vechol asher hu oseh, and every single thing that he does, Adonai matzeh be'ado. Period. What is this Pasuk saying? This is talking about Pasuk that when Yosef was working for Potiphar and he saw what was going on, he saw Yosef and he saw one thing and he said, Yosef, whatever he touches turns into gold. But how? Now that's why I'm telling you that this is one of the most important Pesukim. How? One word. You know what Rashi says? Rashi says, Shem Shamayim Shagur Bepiv. You know what's the reason of the Hatzlacha of Yosef? One reason. Shem Shamayim Shagura Al Piv. A goy Potiphar. He's looking at Yosef. Every single thing that he's doing. He's giving him his master a cup of water. What is he doing? He's saying words. The master Potiphar gets scared. Listen, what did you say about my water? What did you just say about my water? You said something about my water? He says, no. So what are you saying? I'm saying that Hashem should make me successful in giving you the water. Wow. And then he tasted the water. I never tasted better water than this. Better than any other water he tasted. How? Then he's sipping on the drink. Potiphar is sipping in the drink. Says this drink is unbelievable. Where did this drink come from? Oh, Yosef gave it to me. What did you just say before? I said, please Hashem, help me matzliach. Help me be successful in giving it. You understand? You think the Hafetz Chaim would walk from one room to the next room without kissing the mezuzah and praying to Hashem, help me leave safely and come back safely? You think that? You actually think that? How do you think the Gelim walked? Before they went out of the house, they prayed by the mezuzah and praying, Hashem, please help me leave safely and come back safely. That's how they did it. What do you think they did? You just walk out of your house? You know how many accidents happen when you walk out of your house? You don't hear? You don't hear? Boom, this guy, that guy, Majnun. Guys on a scooter, especially if the guys on a scooter. What's going on? You don't go ahead and you don't pray to Hashem to help me matzliach? What do you think? What are you going to work? You just work. If you're a working man, you think you can walk into your office and just work? You don't pray by the mezuzah, please Hashem, help me have a successful day? What, are you kidding me? You know the halakha says, before you open up the Gemara in the morning, the halakha in Shulchan Aruch says, you have to have a prayer that we say, that's instituted, and is brought down in Gemara, Mesechah Berachot, Daf Kavhet Amud Bet, Kawach. The Kawach, the what? That says you have to pray before you learn. Yehi Ratzon, please Hashem. Shelo yered davar takal al yadi. Oh, make sure I don't make a mistake. Make sure I understand my learning. What is a joke over here? You think you open up the Gemara, understand the Gemara? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Oh yeah, I'm going to open up, I'm going to steig today. Very good. Keep on steiging, keep on learning. But what's the first step? You can't open up the Gemara before saying the prayer. It's almost in every single Gemara in the beginning, the first page. Yehi Ratzon v'nei Hashem v'kayv v'kayv shelo ye'era davar takali v'lo hakashem v'davaracha yismuchu v'rai v'lo amen atameh tahor v'lo totameh v'lo mutar asur v'lo asur mutar v'lo yikshor rai v'zmameh ki Hashem yiten chokhmah b'piv. What do we say? Ki Hashem yiten chokhmah b'piv. Hashem, you give the chokhmah. God, open up my eyes for the wisdom. What do you think? It's a joke? Where are we getting all from? Yosef taught us. Yosef is teaching us. But what? A person has to live it. A person has to live it. A lady, she's cooking for her family. Dinner. What, she's going to cook like this, heke? And she expects everything to be great? Oh yeah, you don't understand. Today I put the spices, I marinated the meat 24 hours in advance. I was up all night. Has he the best meat you ever tasted? Where's your prayer? You know there's a sefer came out. The lady's name is Henny Machlis. You ever hear Henny Machlis? Jack, listen, you know Henny Machlis? There's a book called Henny Machlis, right? It's a purple outside of teens book for teenagers. I was opening, I was reading, I bought a gift for one of my kids. I opened up the book. Okay, the recipe for chicken soup. This is what Henny Machlis, in her book, it says, recipe for the chicken soup. I said, okay, greatest chicken soup if you had it in life. I'm thinking, oh, Hadid, what kind of chicken soup she's making? I open up first, and it tells you the ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the ingredient? First, make sure you pray to Hashem that everything should come out good. Then put the water, put the dish, salt, some chicken, some carrot, potato. What's the first ingredient? What's the first ingredient? You know, I know many rabbis, before they even, I know at least for sure one that told me that I know for sure. Before he would give a derush, any derush he would give, he would pray to Hashem. Hashem, please help me say the right words come out of my mouth. That's what he would do. Before he would give a derush, please Hashem, help me words come out of my mouth. How do you think Yosef is matzliach? But even the goy, vayar adonav. Vayar means what? There's not one extra word in the pasuk. What's vayar adonav? The yar means he saw, his master saw. Why is this man so successful? You know why? Rashi says, Shem Shamayim Shegura Bepiv. Everything Hashem, Hashem, Hashem. But there's talking there's walking the walk and talking the talk. What do they call it again? What do they say? You can walk the walk, but you can't talk. You can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk. Like, can you walk the walk? Right? Meaning to say, a lot of people could say Baruch Hashem, Bezrat Hashem, and say Hashem, but you have to really internalize it. You have to feel it inside. Yeah, it's going to go through. Hashem's going to be on my side. Bezrat Hashem, real. You have to internalize it. You have to really bring it in. Because a lot of times, unfortunately, it became a slang. BH. Yeah, BH. You don't even know what BH already stands for. Yeah, you just automatically, I text BH. What's BH? He doesn't even know. He's like, oh, what is BH? What is BH? Hashem. But when you say BH, is it I'll see you later? Or is it really BH? Bezrat Hashem. Allah, I'll see you later. Stop texting me. Bezrat Hashem, Allah. I'm serious. So you have to understand, when you're saying Hashem, Yitzhak Hashem, B'siyata Dishmaya, and all these things, you have to really internalize, you have to really mean it. That's how Yosef was Matzliach. You know how Yosef Matzliach? Rashi tells you the answer. Rashi says the answer is like that. By the way, if you see Rabbi Yosef Ega, a lot of times, almost every time, Hashem Yarin Enenu. Hashem should open up our eyes to see the right pshat. B'siyata Dishmaya. You know, I was in there was a big Rosh Yeshiva. I'll tell you the Rosh Yeshiva name after, right? I'm going to finish with this. There was a big rabbi in our community. I'll tell you who the rabbi is right after tape. I don't know if he wants me to say it publicly, but I'll tell you. All of a sudden, he's giving it was in a parlor meeting. I was sitting down in the parlor. I'm going to finish with this. I was in a parlor meeting, and in the parlor meeting, what happens is, the rabbi gets up and he's speaking about the things, how it's fundraising and this and that, how he needs to raise a certain amount for a certain thing. And he says these words. He says, he's an older rabbi, older Rosh Yeshiva, I would say maybe really close to 90s. And he said, basically the whole yeshiva ran on one thing, Siyata Dishmaya. And he saw it. Siyata Dishmaya. Because he put in Hashem in his life. I heard a story how the naming of the building, it's a big budget, it's a few tens of millions of dollars to run. So one time he said, I heard from one of the congregants here, told me a story, said the name, he was asking for, let's say, 3 million. And a guy came over to him, called him up, said, Rabbi, I'll give you 1.5 million right now, in one shot right now. You accept? He said, no. And the people around, Rabbi, $1.5 million right away. He says, listen, I need 3 million. He's a shliach from Hashem, but I need 3 million. I need that money to open up the doors. I can't do it otherwise. So he's a shliach, very good, I'm very happy, $1.5 million, very good. But don't forget about Hashem. I need it. Hashem will send, Hashem will provide. And therefore, Rabotai, let's remember these major lesson tonight about what's considered old. Old is when you stop growing. That's old. You're never old if you're always continuously growing. I want to grow more and grow more and grow more. And second thing, how do you have that success? We learn from Yosef. Yosef shegura b'piv. Even the goy understood. How is he matzliach? He's not just saying Shem Hashem, shegura b'piv. He's saying, if he says Hashem, he's really believing it. When you internalize that, everything you touch will Bezrat Hashem be successful. Have a good day.